Hey, what's going on, guys? Nick and I here. Today, I'm sure you guys have heard, if you've watched other Boom Beach videos or have been in the community on Reddit or in the forums, that there have been some apparent leaks, which we will get into. And I will go ahead and preface this with yesterday, I tweeted out, it was really early in the morning, I was up at like 4 a.m. or something, but our line in the community forums sent out a post. The Boom Beach team likes to be all secretive and hidden and mysterious when it comes to this update news, and people were asking if there will be an update in May. And he said there won't be anything big in May, but it was just kind of a teaser thing. And then what he posted was actually a screenshot. I believe I have it somewhere. I'll throw it up right here in the video. And what he was showing in that, if you look, was just a computer screen where there wasn't anything big going on there. There was a random drawing of some characters. There was a Boom Beach deck of cards, which I was just speculating on, like, oh my gosh, do they have a card deck as well? But in the top right corner of that picture, you could see, and also in a second post that he posted after that, it was a new screenshot of the ranks. And Spencer on Reddit, I will link his comment to Reversal's post down below in the description. He's been known and semi-correct in the past for speculation, rumors on possible updates. Now, he replied to something that Reversal wrote, and it included 3 different screenshots of different and new ranks. So the first one was the general rank would be moving up from rank 1 being 600, 670, and 740 to 1100, 1200, and 1300 respectively. Also, it looks like the crystals are going to go up as well to 8, 8, and 9 from 5, 6, 6. And overall, general is just a little more prestigious to achieve. And then if you look at Marshall, which was the second review and change he made, it was rank 1, 2, and 3 go from 820, 900, and 1,000 victory points up to 1,400, 1,500, and 1,600 victory points. A few more diamonds for each level, and a few more crystals. It looks like 2, and yeah, 2 on each level go up. And then the big thing was the new legend rank. If I pull that up here in a new tab, I'll put that on the screen. The new legend rank, which I can't compare to anything, would be 1725, 1850, and 2000 victory points, giving you 13 diamonds in the daily reward, and then having 10 different crystals. So that could be crazy. So it also has 4 intel in there. We'll see. I'm going to go back here, though, and this is the crazy new thing. I'll take you a step further, says Spencer, almost in a toying and teasing way, like he knows more, but he could just give you this for now. There is a new troop that he leaked, and that was this guy on the screenshot here next to the Grenadier, underneath the Scorcher, and underneath the tank row. It is the Freezer troop, he says, and it would be 4 of them in a boat. Okay, it seems like a max level boat because there's 3 tanks. So, oh no, wait, that would be, yeah, that'd be a max level boat. So he's got 4 of the Freezer, and it looks like a scuba diver. Like, it pairs really well with the submarine's color, and he has a little bit of the, if you look at like an operation base or a Dr. T base, a little bit of the green goo in a tube going around his back, and that looks like what is powering this Freezer unit that he's carrying around. Now, they also posted some stats, and this has the TID_Freezer, which it's like a development thing. It's kind of just like a placeholder for names. I don't actually know what that stands for. I'm sure it's an abbreviation or something, but it makes sense that this is placeholder art if it is true. But I don't know what flavor means. What would that be? So if I go to a troop menu and I go in to compare this, oh, so like the flavor line right there, if you go to like a Scorcher, it says everything must burn. If you go to a Grenadier, it says big bada boom. And then if you go to a Medic, it says staying alive. So there's like a tagline. That would be like his flavor line. And then the info would be all about it. So if we look at, let's compare him to like a Heavy. So a Heavy has 5,000 health. He has 3,200 health. Unit size 6. Heavy is going to be 4. Training cost 15,000. But let's see this. Damage per second 106. Damage per second on a Heavy is 144. However, I don't see anything about freezing. So if it slows like a cryo bomb or something like that, that would be dramatically different. But it doesn't do that much damage. It does about the same damage per second as... No, it would do the least damage per second in the game besides a Medic. So this would be the least, the weakest, least strong is a bad way to say, the weakest troop in the game, but he slows. How do you guys feel about that? And what do you think? I'm now going to pull up the screenshot for the Freezer in action. So the Freezer in action, it looks like, I'm going to go ahead and say if that's the final art, it is definitely not. You can bet my channel that can't be the right art. Based on the picture we saw, I mean, if it is, then the picture's not the final picture, because he's definitely wearing yellow with that green goo. That doesn't look like a finalized thing, but it's the same animation. So in the last Boom Beach update or event that came around, which was well, the first Mega Crab was 119 days ago, but the one before that or after that in the spring came around in March, and that introduced this graphic that we do see in the game now. So technically, somebody could have just taken a screenshot and ripped these cryo ice bombs from the Mega Crab and then put some troops with health bars over them that just look kind of generic in the game. But this looks it looks pretty legit. We've got the freeze beam, not too much range, about the range of a heavy it looks like, and he's able to just freeze defenses. Now, would you want to freeze one, then switch your targeting to the one that's not frozen next to it? I don't know how that works. We will see. But we see a bunch of icy blasts. We see a bunch of cannons that are frozen. So we're going to have to play this one out by ear and just kind of see how it goes. So what do you guys think? On the Reddit post, people are like, so is this legit? Edit, it appears to be legit. Let's get hype, boys. Looks like it. Spencer's a legend at these leaks. Thanks for pointing me to this. That is crazy. Thank you for always sharing this. Wow. Sounds interesting. Range compares to a rifleman. HP is about 2/3 of a heavy, assuming that level 10 is max. Damage is obviously low, but if it works like a cryo bomb, it should reduce enemies' defenses, attack speed, and damage. The description seems to be missing attack speed. I'm going to guess the attack delay is long. Seems like it either use these with RMZ or hookah. They would wind up behind the heavies, and they might stand in line with the rifles. Either case should be acceptable. Grana freezers seem possible, but the freezer definitely will get in front, and they won't be able to tank as well as heavies. Scorch a freezer may also work, and the freezing definitely behind the scorchers will make them unwell. Okay, scorch a freezer. If that is a thing, I am so ready for it. Please bring it on. I'm going to go ahead and we'll commentate the rest of this video here and just kind of chat about it. But Scorchers, obviously I'm using Scorchers in this episode right now. I recorded it right before this so that I could talk over the replays that were going right here. Well, they were all live attacks, but Scorchers are blasting flames at enemy towers, switching targets constantly throughout battles, and just kind of running rampant when it comes to Boom Beach. Adding a freezer troop behind it would be absolutely ludicrous. I do say that word quite a bit on this channel, but how about ridiculous? You're freezing and burning down structures. That seems kind of redundant, but hey, I can dig it right there. So right here, we're going to be going in on Bobby Gelio, and we've got Scorchers going up. So whenever I see a base where it's symmetrical at the beachfront like this, I drop my Scorchers all the way to one side of the beach, and that way it eliminates the ability for both shock launchers to be effective at the same time for at least a short amount of time right there. So we got Scorchers going up towards the HQ. This guy's a 57, and then at this point, if I wanted to, I could have just sniped down his rocket launchers and done this and barraged and crittered the back of his base, but it's okay. He's going to be able to suffer the same fate here. Bobby Gelio. Gelio. I don't know if that's a word or just a last name, but I think this is going to be cool. So this unit, we already have, like I said, there's 8 boats, there's 8 units, it's nice and symmetrical, but adding a new troop to the game could be cool, but also adding a new troop to the game is like a temporary thing. I'm definitely seeing the future of Boom Beach this year. I mean, besides just what it is as like the standard RTS game, I'm curious to see what other new features they're going to add, new events, new defenses. That could all be crazy good stuff. I think something around different islands would be very interesting. Maybe it's the fact that every island's the same, but you know, if they weren't, then there's the mechanic of you just pick the best one, and it gets dull quickly because people will exploit and find the best thing to do in games. Clearly, when it comes to like games like Clash Royale, the best strategy is found out, or the current most broken troop is going to be found out that day it comes out. So we'll see what happens here. Next up, we've got ZH.4, and he's going to be getting all Scorchered as well. So all Scorchers, no boost. I'm very low in victory points. I haven't been checking in on Boom daily. I've been checking in on it, I'd say like every other day, and just collecting, sending out the sub, doing a couple attacks. If it's like a Dr. T event, I'll do some of the stages real quick, and then I've just been kind of just waiting for the next big thing to come out with it. So right here we got Scorchers and the critters at the end, trying to get that timing down. It was mostly just throwing them for fun though, and that's going to be a nice simple takedown of a 54. Let me know what you guys think about the freezer down below in the comments, and you know what you're most excited for that they could possibly add to the game. Definitely curious to hear your questions, ideas, concerns about all that stuff. So this is going to be the last one, and then we'll go ahead and head back to base, and I'm actually going to swap out some of my Guardians masterpieces, and we're going to go ahead and play around with that placement over there. So on this one here, it's a little bit difficult to use aggressive gumbo energy. I go with the barrage and the artillery, and you can see it doesn't actually take out the shock launcher fully. So the shock launcher is still sitting there at one shot. So I throw down some critters, and I'm like, alright, critters can get the job done, but they actually go down, and they cannot. So I throw one more batch of critters, and the critters are sitting over there, and then they actually are met with nothing because the shock launcher goes down. So a pretty poor job of using my gumbo energy in the first 4 things that I throw in this battle. But then after that, we get a nice shock on both the boom cannon on the shore, and we get on the cliff side, and then we get a nice shock on the shock launcher and doom cannon in the back of the base there. So if we can keep that meaty cluster nice and shocked, that'll be a good start right here. So I throw some critters down to distract the doom cannon and the shock launcher as they come out of that stasis right there. We've got the Scorchers on the left side a little bit low on health. Scorchers on the right side, he's got to deal with that boom cannon. He's going to take it down right in a second. There we go. And then the Scorchers now can just finish this swarm off and take this base down to Chinatown, baby. We got egg rolls, we got chow mein, we got sashimi. That's not Chinese, that's okay, but it's all right, guys. So we have a new possible troop. I'm pumped for a new troop. I need to get a freezer package, right? So every time something new comes out in Boom Beach, we got that really sick Dr. T care package. Like I said, that clock, I still have it right here, and the other stuff is on the table behind me, but pretty cool stuff. They have really cool, like, I guess merch isn't the right word, but creative abilities. So right here, we're going to deploy a shock blaster, put that down in the base, get a prototype weapon back up and running in the base right here. Build another one, which we cannot build a shock blaster 3, we cannot build a laser beam 3, we cannot build a damage am 3 or a doom cannon 3, but we can build a shield generator 3. So we're going to go ahead and put that bad boy in the base right now. I should just redo the base 180 in the next episode. So right now, we're going to go ahead and reclaim. I have a troop damage and 2 troop health guardians. I'm going to reclaim one of the guardians, even though it's 1 percentage point less, and add a troop damage guardian that I have sitting in the statue storage at max level, and we got to get some use for it, right? So we're going to deploy the 10% troop damage guardian and put it in the base. Hope you guys enjoyed the info on the new troop, and as always, for everything Blue Beach, you know what to do because you're already doing it. Keep it tuned right here. I'm Nick and I'll talk to you guys in the next episode.